Hello world and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I want to talk about Nicole and Azan. Last video I talked about them cancelling the first wedding. So today I'm gonna talk about the second wedding, them preparing to go to the venue, them picking a venue, and them getting the Moroccan traditional clothes or dresses. So let's get into it.
We already had to postpone the wedding once because they didn't have the proper paperwork.
واش غنديروا العرس مازال ولا؟
حنا بغينا نديرو، حنا راه بغينا نشلو.
لحقاش ما قلت لك العرس راه غالي ماشي دابا نتوما راه درتوا لنا مشكل.
ميمي.
I got all the paperwork I needed because my dad was able to help me get it. So we're going ahead with the wedding.
But my family already lost almost $6,000.
Only something I noticed. Nicole doesn't say after the first wedding got cancelled. She keeps saying after the first wedding was postponed. And if it wasn't cancelled, then you wouldn't have lost the money, or you wouldn't have had the need to invite the guests who spend a lot of money on airplane tickets. So she doesn't want to be responsible of her own mistakes. So she keeps using the word postponed. Postponed means you didn't lose anything. There's a still wedding happening. Like the same wedding. But here, it's not the case. It's a whole new wedding. People are reordering flight tickets. People are reordering a venue and re-spending the money. And Azan, his only concern this whole episode was money, 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 money. Which is understandable. Now, the first time, his family spent the $6,000. And then, now, Nicole, after this clip, she says that I got $6,000 from my savings. While we know the story that the producer gave them $6,000 because this was supposed to be a big episode from TLC, like a TLC special, just doing the wedding, a Moroccan wedding with Nicole and Azan. So when they cancelled it, that's when TLC dropped them. So you can see why, like you can see how the story ties up now with the things that we have, with the news that we had. And once we go back to these videos and reanalyze them, we can see how it really ties up together. So Azan was concerned about the money, and Nicole says we got the money from my savings, which we all know she had no savings, especially not 6,000. She sent it all to Azan. So this 6,000 came from the producers.
نعرفوا المدة هذه باش تعرفتوا شتها ماشي كثيرة، علاش قررتوا يتزوجوا؟
دابا راه 3 سنين دابا هادي واش تعرفنا، ولكن دابا غير حد هي فاش جات دابا خصنا فاش يلاه جات دابا خصنا زعما باقي بزاف ديال الوقت باش نصاوبوا الوراق باش تجلس هنا.
The guy asks Azan how long have you been together and stuff. Azan, he stutters in every language he speaks. He speaks English, he's stuttering. He speaks Arabic, he's stuttering. I think he really cannot form a phrase. And he started going on a loop on how they knew each other for 3 years and how they gonna get married here, and Nicole want to live in Morocco and stuff. It was a little bit weird. But Azan really does not know how to talk in any language. I thought it was English and language barrier, but apparently not.
Me and my dad, when we were talking about me coming over here and stuff in the wedding, he told me that he hopes that we'll have pigs in a blanket in the wedding.
We'll have what?
It's basically just like little hot dogs wrapped in like dough.
This is the first time Nicole spoke in this episode, and I was really hoping that she would say something smart. Imagine going to a Moroccan wedding and asking for hot dogs. Really, Nicole, really. What? I mean, I appreciate understanding the culture and blending cultures, but hot dogs? Have you seen? You will see the food that will they put to them next. And please tell me, if you're American, I'm not being offensive, tell me, would you rather have the food that they will put to them, which is basically fried spicy chicken and steam cooked meat that is so delicious? Tell me if that's better than hot dogs. If hot dogs are better than that, please.
قلت لك هي فاش بتجي لهنايا وهضرات معبى على العرس وداكشي، صحاب واش بغات كل ماكله بحال كي كانوا في امريكا، قال لك الهوت دوغ.
And Azan should have just said anything. I would sit right there and then and pretend not to know Nicole. The guy face is so, it's like my face when I was watching this. I was like, no, she did not. Please tell me she did not. Oh Lord.
Oh, that's fancy.
That's fancy. This is chicken.
I like chicken.
مغربية 100%.
It's good?
Yeah, it is.
Lesson with Zain. That chicken is called Djaj Muhammar in Morocco. I will put I will put how to say it in a text over here. And what it is, it's basically chicken that is pressure cooked with sauce. They cook it with the liver and all the internals, cleaned obviously, and with the sauce and with spices and with lemon and with olive oils. And they pressure cook it, and once it's cooked, they get it out. They add butter to it, and then they put it in the oven to get that shiny look, that shiny golden look. And then it's served with eggs, boiled eggs split to two, or served with fries, or both. Sometimes it's boiled eggs and fries. And you take the bread and you start dipping the bread in the sauce, and then you take a piece of chicken, and that's how you eat that dish. Nicole ate it with the fork and knife. You can do that too, but you will not have the sauce experience. The sauce with the bread, with the meat. That's the whole experience.
This is really good.
I hope your family will love it.
I think they will. They're not like me.
Lesson number 2. That's الحم بالبرقوق. It's basically meat that is also pressure cooked with a lot of spices, and it's amazing. And it's usually either beef or sheep. And the way that they get the meat, if you watch Aladdin and Laura when they had a sheep and they killed it themselves, when he picked the sheep that they were gonna kill, it's the same thing in Morocco. You don't go and order meat. You just go and pick some sheep, like 2 or 3 or 4, depends how many people that you have, or a cow or beef or whatever that you want, and then they walk the plank, and then that's the meat you want to serve to your guests. So basically you serve them the best quality meat that you can get and the freshest that you can get, and that's what they make out of it, and it's so delicious. In some weddings, like one that we had in the family recently, they didn't opt for this dish. They just like roasted the whole thing, and then they gave it to the people. So it was roasted sheep, which was amazing. It looked amazing. I'll try to find a picture. I'm not sure if I can. Anyway, that's the second dish.
So you have to do like all the place. That's cool. My wife is feeding me.
The third dish I won't even explain, but look at Nicole. She was enjoying pouring that thing from the spoon. She was thinking about pouring it in all the wrong places. And Azan, like a dumbass, saying, "My wife is feeding me," in a table where everyone speaks Arabic. Hooray! Nice. Dumbass.
So everything looks good, yeah?
Everything looks really nice.
Moroccan weddings are a really big deal. Usually, like Moroccan wedding could be like for 3 days. So we should be careful how much we spend for the wedding. We need to be smart.
Quick correction. Moroccan weddings, yes, they are a big deal, but it's not usually 3 days. It's sometimes 3 days. Only when families have a lot of money to spend. Second thing, Moroccan weddings are not about the money. They're about gathering the family and having fun. So I have seen weddings that went for $1,000, and I've seen weddings that went for $15,000 or more. So it depends on your budget, and that's the beauty of Morocco. You can do things as cheaply as you want, and you can do them as expensive as you want. This venue that they went to, it looked like it's on the higher end side. And I've seen weddings, they just make a tent on the street, like a big tent that they rent for a day on the street, and tables and everything, and they just play the music, and they just call people, and they just have the same food that the family cooks, because Moroccan women can cook. Why did I lose ability to talk? Moroccan women can cook. So the Moroccan women, they make the food themselves. Like, there are a lot of cut-in corners if you want to make a wedding on a budget. 6,000 is a very generous budget to begin with. And if you want to go to a venue and have people do these things for you, you're obviously gonna pay the extra. But trust me, I have seen weddings that have been done for cheaper. Last summer, as I said, I had a family wedding, and the family, they had a lot of plenty of women who cooked the food, and they just did everything themselves. And they cut a lot of unnecessary budgets. For example, you're not gonna pay a venue because they got these big tents and they just did the wedding. And the wedding looked more fancier than this venue and stuff, because it's all cosmetics and Mickey Mouse. While it's just, okay, your wedding is your day and you wanna make the most out of the money that you have. So him saying 6,000 is a lot of money. Well, yes, it is a lot of money if you're going to these places. Plus, it's not your money, it's TLC's money, because they wanted to make a special. So, I don't know. They went really high end on this wedding, and I think they should have just went something a little cheaper. But I don't know if TLC told them that they need to go this way. I don't know if Azan and his family wanted to go this way, or I don't know if Nicole wanted to go this way. But they just went a little too high end, too expensive for a Moroccan modest wedding.
Like that? I love this place. Yeah. In Moroccan, they say hi to you. Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah. In Morocco, like, guy can't go to places like that. But today, I have to be there because, you know, hearing how much everything is costing, I'm getting nervous about that, like about the money.
خديجة بدي جيبي لي الحوايج جيبي لي هاد الحنة الخضراء تشوفها مع لي زاكسيسوار ديالها.
Once again, so here they went dressing, shopping. Well, they didn't go. They had the people come to them, and just looking at them, it looks expensive. Having someone come to you with welcoming and blah, blah, which is basically just like a little call for the prophet and things. It's a traditional thing. So they are welcoming her. They're welcoming them. The guy who sells them the clothes look oppressed. I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking. And Azan and Nicole, they look really, really happy in this scene. So everything looking so good so far.
I'm gonna be wearing 5 Moroccan wedding dresses, plus my American wedding dress. That's a lot changing. Oh my god.
انتي خضرات الحنة الفوق بالبيغلاج والتحت بزواق المعلم والبيغلاج تا هو.
The 5 dresses, they're from the different regions of Morocco, like people in the north and people in the desert, which is really cool to know.
Okay, so when people hear about 3 days weddings, they think that there are 3 days in the same venue and you don't sleep, you just keep dancing for 3 days. It's not the case. For example, in some families, they do this. It's the first wedding day with Hannah, which is basically the wife's family. They organize a little party to send the woman off with Hannah in hand. And that day is usually about the woman. It's not about the man, because the woman gets treated like a queen. They play music for her, they feed her the delicacies, and they put Hannah in her hand and legs, and the man comes with also a traditional clothing, and it's just a mini party. But recently, well, not recently, some families started combining this one with the big wedding. So it's a big wedding where the first portion of the wedding is the Hannah day, and then she changes to different clothing, depends on the regions of Morocco. Some, they dress 5 dresses, and some 7 dresses. So they dress in all the regions of Morocco as a way of endorsing the culture. Oh, look, we're all from the same country. We all love this culture, and we all gonna embrace all the different regions of Morocco.
And this, you see, with all this stuff, and it goes with the, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
beautiful.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks really good. You look like a princess.
I feel like I'm in a Moroccan fairy tale because I'm wearing crowns and like beautiful dresses, and I'm gonna feel like a Moroccan princess.
A big Moroccan princess.
A blonde Moroccan princess. I think
A big Moroccan princess.
What's going on?
We've been doing a lot. We've been working in the relationship and all this stuff. But unfortunately, like, we will cancel the wedding because we have to cancel the wedding because there's a lot of stuff that's going on.
This is the first time I see Azan talking, and this is the first time I see him this excited and this, like, vocal. He started talking before Nicole, which is amazing. And he cancelled the wedding. I think this is the moment where the relationship was done with. He would not have married her even if you pay him from here moving on. They canceled the first wedding, the second wedding. This is the second wedding. I can do the third and fourth and fifth wedding. I have job security for this channel if you want me to. But they kept canceling wedding. And I think this one is justifiable. He put the money in one hand. He put Nicole in the other hand. He put his family that already lost 6,000 in the other hand. And I think his first choice was to give the money back to his family. Anyway, that's it for this video. Like if you like this video, subscribe to me if you like subscribing to me, and hit the bell icon if you want more notification. Hit me on Instagram if you want to talk to me. Hit me on Patreon if you want to support me. Stay safe and see you on the next one.